Hey YouTube, what's going on? Mark here. Happy Saturday and happy Fun in the Sun Season 5 premiere weekend. As I'm recording this, tomorrow we premiere Season 5 of Fun in the Sun, which is our summer annual yearly summer production. And it's only going to be 63 degrees tomorrow, unfortunately. And normally that would not be good enough, but like we've been saying all week, while we've been monitoring the weather each and every day. Because you know how I always promise you, as soon as I find out the final confirmation for when it's time to play, I'll immediately pass it along to you. Well, it's going to be 63 tomorrow. If we're lucky, maybe we'll go up to 64. But it's a long shot we get to 65. But either way, we are going to give it a try tomorrow because, you know, quote unquote, we make special exemptions for stuff like the quote unquote my tradition juice. So therefore, it's hopefully going to be a fun one. But it maybe it's not going to be too comforting. It'll be a little bit, but it's going to get more and more comforting as the week goes on. As we, give Abby Larry, our bestie, one of our three red young besties who are all young ladies, who average my age. I may be 31 and they may be like in their 20s, but their average age is just about as young as mine. So shout out to Abby, Maya Halliburton, and Amber Thompson. And by the way, hey, speaking of Amber Thompson Porter, I should say, happy 3-year anniversary to the F-bomb and Babe incident, as I shared on Facebook earlier today when I first got up. So therefore, we had nothing to lose today. It was the final cold day of the year, thank God. So therefore, we will give Abby one last hoorah and a proper send-off on Monday, a day after Fun in the Sun Season 5 premieres. But anyway, let's stop rambling on and get to this haul before we begin the fun tomorrow. So I'm going to start off with the boring stuff as always, so hang on a second. Alright, these are all the gifts I got for Easter. Well, technically for Easter, but realistically, I just got them either around Easter, like right before Easter, during Easter, or anytime shortly after Easter. But this is a late as fuck haul, but hey, better late than never, I suppose. All the gifts are sorted all the gifts are still sorted in one particular order, from the most boringest gift to the most flashiest and exciting gift. So here we go. So hold on, I got an itch on my ankle. Sorry about that, everyone. So here's what we get. The first two gifts I got for Easter, which technically they weren't for Easter, but you know what I mean. It was coincidentally I got these around Easter, so I figured let's do a little Easter haul. But even though it took us till May fucking 31st when we were supposed to F-bomb and Babe with Amber, and the alternate backup plan B. Plan A was F-bomb and Babe with Amber, but then when she confirmed that she was not going to be in Sandy Ridge today, Plan B was ice cream with Abby Larry, but then when I found out it was only going to be 58 degrees, and later found out that she was getting a little too busy for that stuff, that's why I resorted to Plan C, get the Easter haul out the way. So this is San Antonio's, hold on, no, where is that thing? No, wait a minute, isn't there Spurs battery pack? Hold on. It's a battery pack, I guess, but no, it's not a Spurs one. So anyway, even though I thought it was a Spurs one, I was wrong. So therefore, a new battery pack. I thought it was a Spurs one too, but maybe I must be I was just mistaken, in the heat of in the current heat of the moment, but not heat of the moment, but you know what I mean, moment in time. But anyway, a new battery pack. So whenever the charger is useless anywhere where we wouldn't be able to use it properly, we can use a battery pack. Like when we go to Cedar Point, whenever our first trip is. And then we got some new, gray sweatpants. So whenever we have, a day, or any day this summer where it rains all day, especially on a day we either want to relax on a weeknight or watch NASCAR on a Friday, Saturday, or Sunday, we can wear these. So therefore, we won't be needing them as frequently until it gets cold again for Season 5 Adventures in Autumn and Season 5 Winter Wonderland, which I don't want to think about that shit right now. Also, a new hat holder my mom got for me, so I could put all the dry hats of my favorite drivers, old, new, past, and present, on the wall in the man cave. So that looks pretty damn good. Okay, I got a shitload of these, but I'm only going to show you one of them, so you'll get the message. So this is one of the game show buzzers I got at a Dollar Tree the last time I went to work. So shout out to Jessica for giving me the idea where to find these. So let's see if this one works. And that's where I leave the next gift from. So this one we're going to do a little bit of unbagging. So hold on. You ready? Here we go. From the Sony Picture Studios, it's America's Game. Wheel of Fortune. And now, here are the stars of our show, Pat Sajak and Vanna White. Look at that. Experience the madness and mayhem of the WOF Wheel of Fortune. So I got this at, what was the store called? It was like Big Lots. Oh my God. It was that store that was like Big Lots, but had no Coca-Cola except minus the soda. Oh my God, I can't remember the name of it. I'll have to oh my God, I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head. Oh well, I don't have time for that. I want to make sure I get this edited and uploaded before midnight. So now, from the Sony Picture Studios, this is Jeopardy! And now, here's your host for Jeopardy! Alex Trebek. Yeah, we can use our game show buzzers for this along with the other little Jeopardy board games I have. But next time we go to Goodwill, I'm going to get a fresh new copy of the 1980s Jeopardy board game, since the one I have now is not in the best condition. So isn't that awesome? So anyway, now let's go to the next gift. So therefore, we'll leave the game show buzzers. You know what? Let's put everything on the table. Let's put everything on the table. What do I do in front of the table? I'll put back on the dresser, and then I'll just do the outro. I want to make the video as quick as possible. So you may have seen this already in the Easter video, like the Easter video with my dad at his crib. My first trip to his crib since 2023. Dale Sr. last kiss hat, the hat he wore the day he got killed. And of course, this, the fleece hoodie was, this fleece hoodie was based off the last year he made it out alive. Look at that. Hang on. Yep. You know how it's 2000 and not 2001? If I could get this, thing to work. Hold on. You see, it has the Burger King logo and not the Oreo logo on top of, or like on the very top here, where there's no Burger King. And hell, not even Sonic was on his 2001 fire suit. So it looks exactly like the way he got killed. Not because I want to associate him with the like how he looked and what he looked like, or what his car looked like when he got killed, like based on the fact he got killed in a particular car. But that's just how I remember him the most, since I came in the day he got killed. And thanks to the NASCAR 99, as a Christmas gift, the Christmas in 2000, right before the 2001 Daytona 500 on the PS1. But here are the exciting gifts. So look at this. We're gonna do another unbagging. Tim Duncan. Finally, we got the new white one to replace the faded out white one. So let's open this son of a bitch. See how it looks compared to the new black one we've been wearing for all spring. That we finally get to do our Tim Duncan Can I Recreate videos where he's in the white uniform at home. Oh, look at this. Look at this. I know it's not the same lettering style with the numbers, not the same lettering style as the black one, but unfortunately that version was on the Spurs, fan shop, but they didn't have it in my size, so I had to come up with a backup plan. So look at this. We're going to be all set, I was just looking for the size. We're going to be all set like Jimmy Johnson this summer of all the Spurs outfits we're going to be wearing. So everything's going to go in their new homes after I'm done editing and uploading this video. So therefore, put it right there. Now for the NASCAR shit. And when I say NASCAR shit, I mean the diecast I was able to get for the Easter holiday. Hailie Deegan's 2024 ride that she was horrible in 2024, which is why she got canned mid-season last year in the Busch Grand National Series. So, but even though I highly doubt she'll come back to NASCAR. She's in Indy NXT now, but I have the honor of hopefully, rooting for a woman to succeed in NASCAR, considering how good she was in ARCA, but the racing guys rushed her up through the ranks too fast. Maybe she stayed another year or two in ARCA, then moved up to the Craftsman Truck Series for a year or two or three, then the Busch Grand National Series. She'd be having a decent career Winston Cup now, but so unfortunately we can't have nice things. So anyway, Dale Jr.'s Dale Earnhardt Sr. Tribute concert from 2003 at the end. He won the Aaron's 312 at Talladega with. I'll just put it right there on top of the Victoria stuff. Now we're going to get to the last diecast that, because the last two are going to be a major surprise. Now that we have this haul done and we're exposing, the day we scored that was the Haley Deegan and Dale Jr. diecast. And of course, this one, we can finally upgrade that RCRD ice shelf a tad bit. And we can, after we display the next two, we can, but we can also start adding cars to the Petty Enterprises Labonte Bodine Brothers shelf in the office. So Kenny Irwin Jr.'s 2000 Bell South Chevrolet, which is the one he got killed in at New Hampshire. But I'm on that Petty Enterprises Labonte Bodine Brothers shelf. I'm creating a 3 before February memorial of a section of Adam, Kenny Irwin, and Tony Roper. So once I find Tony Roper's Busch Series ride, then I'll add that. I will do separate hauls for every other thing I get. So now let's go for the surprises. This wasn't supposed to be part of the Easter haul, but coincidentally, the best way, sometimes the best way for things to happen is unexpected and unplanned. So here it is. We've been waiting for several months for this car. That infamous win I'm emphasizing, infamous win by the 3-car of Austin. I'll be remembered for the wrong reasons, unfortunately. When he won the Chevrolet Monte Carlo 400 at Richmond, even though it was in the most dirtiest fashion ever, wrecking one person for the win is one thing, wrecking 2 people for the win is another. But that would have happened to begin with if, bitch-ass Ricky Spenhouse did not cause that stupid ass caution when Austin took 2 laps to go, to the point where I had my phone down, flipped upside down on my table, and I was jumping out of my chair getting ready to celebrate, and then that dumbass motherfucker named Stenhouse had to fucking ruin it because he's a fucking bonehead on the track. So therefore, to all the Stenhouse fans that want to ignore that and they be like, ooh, but I don't think Stenhouse did that on purpose, get the fuck out of here. You know damn well he's a bonehead on track, and he probably meant to do that. So even if he's your driver, that's great, but take the fanboy cap off and admit what he did was fucking stupid and led to the BS we saw at the end of that Chevrolet Monte Carlo 400, which got Austin in trouble. And don't get me wrong, even though I was excited in the heat of the moment, I think he didn't do anything, and then later I think he didn't do anything at first. I still think what he did was not cool. After I had time to calm down and kill off my excitement to relook at that and to look at it from the fanboy cap off. See, a change of heart with a change in opinion, can gain you a lot of respect when you have to take the fanboy cap off. And that's what I did as an Austin Dillon fan after I was excited in the heat of the moment, and I didn't realize what the hell was the big picture. But you Stenhouse fans don't know anything about that because you're so biased and think that your precious bitch boy Stenhouse can do no wrong. But anyway, ranting aside, so I had another one in the closet because my dad got me 2 of them, thinking that this one sold out. So whatever duplicate diecast I have, I put them away in case I need them later. So therefore, okay, there's really nothing on the back of the box, but yeah, this will go in my man cave on my favorite driver. It's a shelf of favorite drivers, old, new, past, and present. Now for the biggest one of them all, the one we had to wait on the second longest. Okay, so this one's the surprise one. This is what we're gonna add to our RCRD ice shelf with the tribute, the Dale Earnhardt tribute concert car. So open that up. Let's get it. Oh, come on, you can do this. You can do this. Hold on. Okay, other side. Here we go. Come on. All right, we're almost there. Keep digging. There we go. Okay, you're ready? Drum roll, please, in the style of Jeopardy and Wheel of Fortune. All right, here we go. This is it. This bud's for you. Buds, you. Yeah, the Dale Jr. Cars movie diecast. So yeah, we get to. I had this, when the movie was brand new, and we lived in Lenore House in Michigan. Right after we saw it on vacation in Florida, which was our third Florida vacation in 3 years, 04, 05, 06. But I had it on Sandhurst too, and moved back to Ohio into my childhood home that my grandparents used to own before my mom bought it off of them. But and the move from that house to here, it got lost somewhere in the move. So I got too lazy to try to find it and got impatient for me to put got my hands on it again. So that's why I decided to buy a replacement. So everything's gonna look beautiful. All this stuff is gonna look beautiful in their new homes. But that concludes this Easter haul. So therefore, I'm gonna edit and upload this and then put everything in their new home. So have a good night tonight and a better day tomorrow. Take care, everyone. Good night. I'm so glad this shit is finally fucking over with. So now we can move on to bigger and better things. See you guys tomorrow for the season 5 premiere of Fun in the Sun to kick off the 5th season of summer production for the year 2025. So see you later, everyone. And winter can get fucked.